Hi everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Wonderful Wednesday and Words of Wisdom. We have depicted this particular topic since we're in the month of March is to march and spring into action, being a senior advocate for your senior loved one. These are some things that I have gathered over the time that I have spent with a lot of my clients. And it's from also personal experience with my own aging parents that I bring you this information so you can better serve your senior loved one, your spouse, whoever that it may be, or somebody that you are protecting, that you were assigned to as a power of attorney. But more importantly is that it's senior advocacy, that somebody is protected, and honestly, you being their guardian angel. So with March and spring into action, being a senior advocate for your senior loved one is something that involves actively protecting your loved one's rights, health, independence by managing their medical care, organizing legal and financial documents, and fostering open communication. Key actions include attending doctor's appointments with your loved one, because this way you can gather information from them as well, from the doctor themselves, and maintaining updated records. So this way, everything that comes into play, may it be that it's medical or insurance policies or any legal or financial records, is something that you have access to, is really important when occasions occur and you have to now scurry around in getting things. And ensuring their wishes are respected in not only in their everyday environment, but also in care facilities. May it be senior living facilities, may it be skilled nursing care facilities. That's something that their wishes are being abided by as well too. So here's key aspects of senior advocacy. One is medical advocacy, as we had spoken about, is attend appointments, take notes, and ensure your name is on medical charts by passing HIPAA restrictions. Keep a running list of medications, procedures, and health conditions. So when you go to a primary care physician early on in the year for what they call an annual well check, it's something that you want to bring attention to that primary care physician since the last time that you have seen him or her for your loved ones. Unfortunately, a lot of our senior loved ones go to a doctor's appointment. They're on their best behavior, and it's like going to the principal's office. They don't know, unfortunately, the physicians don't know what's really going on at home or in their everyday life. So you bringing it forth to them is really important. If it's really tough to bring this information to the physician in front of your loved one, I have always recommended to keep a journal of your loved one's daily activities. It doesn't really have to be every day. Good, bad, and indifferent. It should be documented in a journal. And before that appointment that you're going to be making with the primary care with your loved one, I would send over the information to that said office so that physician could actually read through the notes, so he or she could be better prepared for your appointment, and really without having to interrupt the conversation flow or make your loved one feel intimidated by the conversation. But realize the primary care physician is the nucleus of all the information of the medical records. And sometimes specialists are not sending the primary their information or procedures or any testing that was done. So be, knowledgeable of that, or cognizant of that you want to make sure that he or she, the primary care physician, is noted on every interaction with the specialist or hospital stay, whatever that it may be, and it goes back to that physician's office. But you carrying it with you is so important as well too. Like I said, keep a journal, but more importantly, a binder of all the medical records too. Legal and financial protection. Establish a durable power of attorney for healthcare and finances. I can't stress that enough, and it's best to do that now. For the very reason is that when somebody, your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, has cognitive delay or has a dementia diagnosis, it is almost too late to assign you as the durable power of attorney. So you have to make sure that that's happening while they're alert and oriented and making their correct decisions to do so. And having that is so important because it really, when that time comes, alleviates problems, therefore, and you are now guiding them really purposefully being the power of attorney, not only for healthcare, but also for financial and illegal protection. So make sure that's in place. Also, having a wonderful elder law attorney that could accomplish this is also to ensure their living will is in place as well too. Advance directives. People wait too long. As I said to a group meeting one day of seniors, we planned for our future, getting married, buying our first car, buying our first home, having children, but we don't plan for our last chapter, and that being advanced directives. How do you want to leave this world under your circumstances, and your wishes will be followed? So advanced directives is so important. And also monitor the finances. So you got to make sure that there is no exploitation or scams. There's a lot of that electronically as of late. So you being that power of attorney or even a guardian, you are guarding over their financial situation and legal situation as well. Active communication and presence. Visit your loved one regularly to observe changes in their physical and cognitive health. Communicate clearly and concisely with healthcare professionals, and be tenacious in ensuring their needs are met. So again, this is where I said that it would be a great addition for you to keep a journal, so that you could keep a record of that, so this way they will be informed on their medical, not only physical, but their cognitive. If there's depression, if there's something that's going on in the household, you want to make them aware of it as well too, so they could properly assess, but more importantly, get you resources like myself, who's a placement specialist, if that's the route you want to take. Getting home health audit that is paid by their health insurance for maybe physical therapy, coming into home and nursing. And then there is so many services that come into the home. There's private duty care as well too. So they're not alone. They have an able caregiver to take care of them and document along the way. Care facility involvement. Once somebody is involved in a care facility, may it be a hospital, may it be a rehab center, may it be senior living, may it be long-term in a nursing home, in a facility, you have to build relationships with the staff and monitor for the quality of care, nutrition, and hygiene, making sure what is said to be done is actually being done. You have that right to speak on behalf of your loved one when they're incapacitated, that they cannot, be in their power of attorney and their healthcare surrogate. You have rights to actually ask questions and demand attention. So sometimes I do that for my clients. I've always done that for my aging parents, and my clients appreciate that as well as me being an advocate and making sure that their wishes are being cared for and they're getting the proper care that is supposed to be rendered and they deserve. Principles of being an effective advocate is really important for you to want to be involved, but also one is to be present physically, mentally, and emotionally. Realize this is a very tender journey and you want to be present. It is difficult for you, but considering hiring a professional is also something that is a great idea, and they call those care managers. And that's something, yes, it's a paid service, but it's something that a professional can maintain that. You might be out of state, so you cannot see over your loved one's affairs, that especially healthcare affairs. So that's where you can hire a professional caregiver manager. Knowing the options and best practices is really to utilize experts to keep you updated. And I consider myself a professional and expert in senior living. Not only am I a certified ALF, which is assisted living administrator, but I've been through this for so many years, not only working in home health for 20 plus years, but also being a director at hospice. So I know that part of it, but I know personally having to navigate this with my own aging parents. And now for the last 8.5 years with owning a Golden Rule. Ask for informed choice, clarify the options that you have, and make sure that your loved one makes their own choice, but be part of the decision-making part of it. Communicate choices to others. Presenting or resolving communication problems can work wonders. Cannot agree more. If you've been elected as the POA and healthcare surrogate and there's other siblings involved, communicate with them as well, as to let them know and feel that they're part of what's going on with their own parent. Yes, they were not elected to be a POA, but you could communicate. You are still in charge, but communication is key. When a lot of people feel that they are left out, that there's something going on, even though you were legally appointed. Handle the logistics, follow all the little details to the end, and be sure everything is working. Just don't assume is what that's saying. So keep going. Honey, it's not a race. It is a marathon. So make sure that every little detail, and I so much write things down, and I believe in journals, so keep that accordingly in a binder, every interaction that you have, so this way you could go back in time to say, okay, this is where I left off, this is where I need to continue, and it's documented for all legal purposes as well too. Create empowering solutions, make collaborative changes that builds trust and help with a whole care team. That's getting together, what they call a care team, that is very prevalent in rehab centers, also in senior living, is collectively gathering together and making the best unit for your loved one, and decisions. So planning for the future now is important, but as we're going along, you want to collectively gather together and make sure that plan is being adhered to and make adjustments along the way. Watch for gaps. I think this is so poignant. Be vigilant in unmet needs, especially during transitions, like from a hospital to home. Very important. There is a lot of transitions along the way. Hospital to home, hospital to rehab, rehab to home, home to senior living, or directly from rehab. That is important because there is some fall-offs, medication reconciliation, services that need to be rendered, maybe therapy needs to be continued along the way. So that's where a care manager is wonderful. And having a senior advocate also guide you, being a senior advocate for your loved one. But don't feel short or not wanting to get somebody to help you along. I love that is when things, as we work collectively together with my clients, is that end result is seeing that smile and happiness along the way on our loved one, and our client. So it really eases and gives a peace of mind to the family that is left behind, really and truly, after all the steps have been along the way. And as I told a recent friend, now when you go visit your loved one, your dad, you're visiting. You're no longer that caretaker, and you have a much more loving time together and enjoyable time together. Well, as always, I lead you to my website, which is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will find my demographics, how to get in touch with me, my bio, testimonials, various options, resources, a whole library of not only Tuesday Talks, but now also Words of Wisdom. And by all means, please, if there's something that you would like me to talk about, please send me a note. Next week, being March 11th, we're going to be talking about how prepared are you for your senior loved one's present situation and future. So, like no other day that we speak, have a blessed day, have a blessed week, and I look forward to seeing you not only next Tuesday for Tuesday Talks, but for next Wednesday. Wow. Bye. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye now.